Hello ladies and gentlemen, the latest Genshin live stream has, well, gone live, so we can finally talk about the newest characters. Today we're going to be talking about Sethos or Sethos. I'm going to say it wrong and I don't care. It's a 4-star Electro Bow user. Here's the Ascension card, and here are the banners that the character will be available in. So first, the normal skill, more particularly the charge attack with this character. While aiming, the power of Electro will accumulate on the arrowhead before the arrow is fired. Has different effects based on how long the energy has been held. Charge level 1 fires off an arrow carrying the power of lightning that deals electro damage. Charge level 2 fires off a shadow-piercing shot, which can actually pierce through enemies, dealing electro damage to enemies along its path. After the shadow-piercing shot is fully charged, Sethos cannot move around. Now the elemental skill. So the elemental skill, Ancient Rite, the Thundering Sands, gathers the might of thunder, dealing area of effect electro damage and quickly retreating. If this attack triggers electro-charged superconduct, overloaded, quicken, blah 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 blah, or electro swirl reactions, Sethos recovers a certain amount of elemental energy. The ultimate ability, Secret Rite Twilight Shadow Piercer, perform a secret rite, entering the Twilight meditation state, during which Sethos' normal attacks will be converted into enemy-piercing dusk bolts that deal electro damage to opponents in their path, with damage increased based on Sethos' elemental mastery. Damage dealt by dusk bolts is considered charge attack damage, and this effect will be cancelled when Sethos leaves the field. Passive skills, Thoth's Revelation, God, what a tongue twister, displays the location of nearby unique resources in Sumeru on the minimap. Black Kite's Enigma, when aiming, the charging time is decreased by 0.285 seconds based on each point of Sethos' current elemental energy. Charging time can be reduced to a minimum of 0.3 seconds through this method, and a maximum of 20 energy can be tallied. If a shadow-piercing shot is fired, consume the tallied amount of elemental energy. If it is at charge level 1, then consume 50% of the tallied amount of elemental energy. And the last passive, the Sand King's Boon. Sethos gains the Scorching Sand Shade effect, increasing the damage dealt by shadow-piercing shot by 700% of Sethos' elemental mastery. The Scorching Sand Shade effect will be cancelled when any of the following conditions are met: 5 seconds after a shadow-piercing shot first hits an opponent, or after 4 shadow-piercing shots strike opponents. When a shadow-piercing shot affected by Scorching Sand Shade first hits an opponent, Sethos will regain Scorching Sand Shade after 15 seconds. Now moving on to the constellations. The C1, the crit rate of shadow-piercing's shot is increased by 15%. C2, when any of the following conditions are met, Sethos gains a 15% electro damage bonus for 10 seconds that may stack twice, with each stack duration counted independently. So either by consuming elemental energy through aimed shots, you must first unlock Black Kite's Enigma to trigger this condition, or by regaining elemental energy by triggering elemental reactions using Ancient Rite, the Thundering Sands, or finally by using Secret Rite, Twilight Shadow Piercer. The C3 will actually increase his normal attack by 3 levels. C4 makes it so when a shadow-piercing shot or dusk bolt strikes 2 or more opponents, all nearby party members gain 80 elemental mastery for 10 seconds. And his C4 will end up increasing his ultimate by 3 levels. And his C6, after shadow-piercing shot strikes an opponent, the elemental energy consumed by the passive talent Black Kite's Enigma will be returned. This effect can be triggered once every 15 seconds. And of course, you must first unlock the passive talent Black Kite's Enigma.